Yes, we are. Hello, bonjour, welcome. Hi, Nora.
Hi, Cecile.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm excited for this, and thank you for asking me to join you.
Oh, you're welcome. So today we are painting this gorgeous landscape. It's a bit summer more than spring, but let's do it. I see you have a purple background, Nora.
Yeah, I was looking at the photo, and I was kind of thinking about it, and I've been experimenting a lot with limited palettes and they're called triads. And I thought between the kind of golden flowers and the green hills, all it needed was a little bit of purple, and it would be the if I made the flowers a little bit darker, it would be almost the three secondary colors: the green, the gold, and the purple. Sorry, that's a train passing by. um
Okay.
so I thought about it, and I decided to paint. I used casein so that it would be pretty permanent and underpainting, and then I'll just paint over it and see what happens.
All right. So you're saying that casein is non-rewetable.
Pretty much so. It's not like acrylics, but supposedly after months and months of curing, it actually is permanent. But it's still a little bit workable if you want it to be. But basically, we're painting gouache. I don't think it will lift up at all. And if it does, that's okay. I don't. It's okay. I like to work with whatever happens.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you can begin because I have begun my sky while you were talking. So I
Oh,
don't
that
have
was key.
any.
Okay. All right.
All right, let's go. I don't have any underpainting myself. I'm just going in my sketchbook. I've made a rough drawing with a basic line, really nothing very fancy, and I'm placing some blue for the sky and some white gray for the clouds. I'm beginning by the sky, and you?
I'm beginning by putting the horizon line and putting in some darker greens, like for the shadows of the trees,
Okay.
just to get it,
So,
just to kind of get a feel, because the field is so big, and I just I'm trying to think of how to keep it interesting.
yeah, this is my point as well because it's half of the painting, and you need to, yeah, get away to give more interest to it. So, meanwhile, hey everyone, Erica, Temple, Andrea, Georgia, I don't know how to say that, and Sujanit. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. Welcome. Is someone painting along with us? So we can see what you are doing maybe later. All right, I'm placing the background first. I want to really begin by the clouds because this is what is the most far away. And then I will make my way to the foreground. And
I
today
kind
I
of
want,
Yeah. I'm
yeah,
sorry. Go ahead. I had been thinking about this photo, and it's not a scene that I would normally pick, and I thought it was really interesting to be presented with that, because it kind of makes you have to think and have to, you work within, not a comfort zone, but you work in a way that you feel comfortable doing, but where it's still, you're doing it in a way that it's still your interpretation of it rather than copying it. Or like, I don't care if the flowers are yellow or as bright as they are in the picture. I'm not I sort of have let go of that kind of stuff, and I'm so happy that I have. um it's so freeing.
Yes, exactly. This is why I'm making clouds that look like rocks, but that's okay. Hi, Inge. Welcome. Bonjour, Joël. Oh, bonjour, Joël. Um, and Andrea is painting, but not the same. You're painting an oil. Okay, why not?
Andrea is in she's in Portugal.
Ah, yeah,
Andrea is in
maybe.
Portugal. Yeah.
Okay. So we have people from everywhere. Inge is from Germany. Joël is from France. And yeah, Andrea says yes, she's in Portugal. Okay, so I'm making very, I don't know, cubic clouds.
I
Nothing
like
to
that I
see
can't
with
see
the.
what you're doing.
You'll have the surprise at the very end.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yes. Susan, it says she's from. I have it in French, Émirats Arabes Unis, but in English it's Emirates, United
Arab.
Arabic Emirates, something like that.
Yep.
Okay. We
Wow.
have Sierra from Arizona, Marcella from Indonesia. Oh, we have people from everywhere. That's very cool. I love it. Okay, I'm still in the sky and I feel it's a bit boring, so I'm adding stronger color because it was too light, too soft. Yeah, I'm painting in my trusty sketchbook, and I am doing the opposite page of something that I painted a while ago during another live session, by the way. And this is, let me show you, this is this flower bouquet of yellow flowers, and I thought it would make a nice complement with the field of yellow flowers on the opposite page. And I'm almost done at the end of my sketchbook, so it's very cool. Very exciting when you're getting close to the end.
Isn't it? I started my sketchbook practice when I started painting again. About now, I think it's almost 7 years, and I think I mean, I don't do it to complete. It's not a race. I'm not doing it to complete a lot of sketchbooks, but I'm outside painting every day or sketching. I do a lot of urban sketching, and I think I've completed maybe about 40 books.
Oh,
And
good. Very good.
yeah, it's just they're not journals. I don't write my thoughts of the day or anything like that. It's just pure practice and enjoyment and getting more confident in certain mediums or trying out something new, or it's just a fabulous thing to do.
Oh, I get that. I get that. It's really, really nice to be able to feel so many sketchbooks and just for the joy of it. As you
That's
say,
it.
no pressure.
No.
All right, so more comments. Georgia is from Argentina. Great. And a question, do you varnish your painting in your sketchbook? So Nora, do you?
Part of why I love gouache is because of the powdery finish of it. So no, I don't. I don't varnish them. And when I sell them, I'm very careful to tell the buyers, the clients, that it should be protected behind glass. I have varnished a few of them with the cold wax.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know. I just love them the way they are. And as long as you tell people not to hang it in direct sunlight and behind glass, nobody's had a problem with that.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And regarding sketchbooks, I don't varnish them either because it's safe, it's protected while the sketchbook is closed. So it doesn't really matter. It's not necessary at all. All right. Oh, cold wax. Sierra is asking about cold wax. I can show you. Actually, I have one here. Let me grab it. Um, if I get my hand on it, of course I won't. But yeah, there it is. It's covered with dust, so it says how much I use it. We clean that. No, it's yes, where is it? It is here. It's as the word says, it's wax, and it's kind of greasy. I don't know how to say that. You grab this with a cloth and you will rub gently your dry, perfectly dry gouache paint, and you rub with circles, and you will make a protective layer. It will protect the gouache from humidity, from droplets or whatever. And if you want to see more, I have a video on my YouTube channel. If you type varnish, you will find it. And what is the name of your guest? I missed the beginning, sorry. Oh, okay. So this is Nora. And Nora, your Instagram is
Nora Keg,
Nora Keg.
Norakaghe.
There is an underscore somewhere or not?
No,
No,
it's just
Nora
all one
Keg.
word. Uh-huh.
Okay, I am writing it in the comments. Yeah, because she has a very distinctive style, and I see that you are working very fast. Oh yeah, I am way behind. For once. I love your loose style. Yeah, very nice.
I've been really in the last, I'd say, few weeks actually, really trying different stuff. I've been progressively getting looser and looser, but I don't know. I have all these things in my mind that I want to do. I've been so inspired by a couple of artists and one in particular, and I'm so hungry to try different, ways to do this. And it's such a thrill, and it's such a thrill to be thrilled. Just, I don't know how else to say it. It's I didn't expect this, after not painting for 20 years and then starting again. It's just been a game changer for me.
Oh yeah, I know. I know the feeling.
Yeah. So I've been trying to get really, really loose and really, really impressionistic, I guess is the word, and see what happens,
And you succeed in it, for sure.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, I love your style. It's really lovely to be inspired by others. It's every time I go on Instagram or Facebook, whatever, I see someone that has a very distinctive style. I love it because it's something that people are chasing for years sometimes. And I don't know, I can't find my style. I can't find my. Well, it's not you to find your style. It's your style to find you.
Exactly.
So once you get that, it gets easier. Your brush strokes are always so bold and you thick paint. I think too much with every stroke. Sujane, yeah, the tip is to use the biggest brush you can for what you are painting. Because now I'm painting very small trees, but I'm using a flat brush and it's on purpose. So I am not getting into details. And also when I look at what Nora is doing, I don't want to go into details. I just want to get loose. And yeah, using the tip of your brush. And this brush is my trusty one. This is one I use almost daily for 5 years now. And it's still in good condition, so that's fine. So I know it really well, and I know how it behaves.
Right.
So I know what I can use it.
I think the biggest thing that has freed me up, and I think the biggest thing to free anybody up who's trying to quote unquote find their style, is like you're saying, not to even think about that, because you don't have to find it. It's going to find you, number one. Because if you look at my watercolors, which I was a watercolorist most of my life, they're very illustrative. I was trained with illustration. I was trained in that world. And this is like what I'm doing right now is so bizarre to me that I'm even doing this in this way. It's so different for me. And I think one of the biggest things is that frees me up, I'll just speak for me, is looking at something. I'm not a realistic painter, and I don't want to be. I'm not interested in spending 20 hours on a painting to make it look like the real thing. It just doesn't inspire me.
Oh yeah, I get
And,
that. Same here.
when you give yourself that freedom, I mean, the reason you, you, you know, whatever the creative thing is in any of us, once you give yourself that freedom and that feeling of it's your scene, to make, it's not, you don't this is a you don't need this is a camera. If you want to just replicate what you're looking at, just get a beautiful camera, spend a lot of money and take a picture of it, and that's fine too. But it's for me, it's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to, just whatever that scene makes me feel inside, or whatever those colors make me feel. It's like I just want to be in that moment and just try to show it. And if
Yeah,
somebody
and
likes it,
that's
then that's fine. And if not, that's okay. I was happy making it, and that's what counts.
oh yeah, I love your philosophy. This is the most important, is to enjoy your time and maybe learn a thing or two on the way. Because this is what I love with art, it's that you never have finished learning. Each
Nope.
painting will teach you something new.
Yep.
And this is so cool. This is really
It
so
really
cool.
is. I mean, how lucky are we? Like how, and it doesn't matter if it's art or painting or music or singing or finding a new jazz musician. It doesn't matter what it is, but if you're able to be excited about something in this crazy life, I mean, how friggin' lucky can you be?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So true. This
Life
is
is so
so
damn
true.
hard. It's
Okay,
like,
we
and
have
then
a
when
comment. We have a comment from Bobby. Nora, I'm in the same place. Realistic watercolorist who just found Cecile's channel and discovering Gouache. You explain the joy of discovery so well. Oh,
oh,
thank you. That's
he
cute.
does.
That's nice. All right, so I have placed my foundation with my field. I see a cross in the field. I don't know. Just in the middle. Why not? And I am picking some heavy fresh paint that is in my palette here. And I will go with really thick paint now. Just to give some texture, I feel this requires to have a body of paint. And it's darker in the background and a bit lighter in the foreground. But it's very subtle.
I think when I paint, and I do a lot of plein air also, and I think, one of the things too that happens is people think you got to be kidding, but you really do forget about time. Like you get lost
Oh
in
yeah.
the moment. You get lost in what you're trying to do. You get lost in color. And it's such a fabulous feeling.
Yes, we are really lucky to have this passion, because it is a passion. So as it's a passion, we don't feel like working, do we?
No.
It's never work. It's always joy. Even if I'm doing this as a professional artist, so some days you have to produce, even if you don't feel like
Right.
doing it. So it
Right.
pushes you, and well, you have to do it anyway.
When I get
Well,
a commission, um, it's like I'm learning to filter out like I'll know within a couple of minutes if it's something that I can do and that I'll find inspiring to do. But it is always a little bit of pressure because obviously somebody's paying you, to do it. But then I get into it and it's like, geez, this is great. I can't believe, this is so lovely to be paid for this.
Temple, yes, you have recognized the embroidery Holbein. This is all the paint from the spring set that I have squeezed in my airtight palettes. Ah, yes, Temple. Now I know you are using it. And I'm at the end of my light yellow.
I can't believe I've resisted for so long to not buy it, but man, am I close. The prices have gone down on those sets, and there's two in particular that I'm thinking of. They've gone down by half price. So I'm like, oh, geez, just do it.
Half price? Where is that?
On Amazon in the United States, they're down to like $45.
Oh, that was a
It
good
used
deal.
to, yeah. One of them is 45, one is 49. I'm like, huh, let's see how much longer I can resist. I have enough gouache to last me a lifetime. Should I buy more?
Yeah, me too, me too. I have a lot, but I have a good excuse because I buy them to test them and make YouTube videos. So it's a very good excuse.
Yeah, it's really whatever works for you.
Exactly. Uh, yeah, like my clouds, I think they're okay. Oh, yes, Temple is saying that those sets are cheaper than some of the regular Holbein sets. Well, and I've talked about that earlier. Sometimes those sets are a blessing or a curse, depending on the type of color you have inside.
Uh-huh.
Can be overwhelming to have different colors that you would never use. For example, in this set, there is this peachy tone that is, I think, too dark, too strong for skin tone, but too light for flowers, so I barely use it.
Uh-huh.
Let's spray a bit. And I will spray a bit my painting as well. Yeah, just a bit to make everything tight together. Let's get a bit of this green in some parts. I want to push the colors from the reference image. It's a bit too boring, and I see that you did the same. Because it's a bit too easy, the colors in the photo.
Yeah, it's I'm trying to figure out how to break them up. Who picked this photo? I want to talk to them.
I'm the one who put it in the poll, and people choose it. Yes, you can be surprised to see me using a premix green. Yeah, yes. I barely use them, but just looking at the palette, I thought, oh, I have this cute green. It's a good one. This one is a good one. It's a very springy green. I love it.
A
So
cute
I can be
green.
using it. What? A green cannot be cute? Yes,
A
of
green can
course.
absolutely be cute.
Some color are ugly, but some are very cute. And I want to add blue in the field. Did you let the purple shine through your painting or not?
A little bit. Can you see it or no?
Well, not much, maybe in the bottom part, but no, not
Not too
much.
much. I mean, I don't want it, I want the scene to show to kind of be the main thing, but I just initially thought it would add, interest to my eyes anyway.
Okay, let's add some light on this part with my brush. Yeah. I want to show where is the light coming from.
Where is it coming from?
I don't know. You decide. But
This is
there
a
is a
tough one
shadow.
for that.
So there is a shadow. It's a clue. We can tell from the shadow.
This is almost like high noon, like it's coming from above.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so Sierra is saying, I like the purple contrast against the yellow. Yeah, interesting tint in the sky too. It adds depth. Yes, for sure. And I was painting before the live and I had no time to prepare my background, but I should have done that as well. Never mind. Okay, a bit of orange here and there.
I'll be honest, if I loved the photo even more, I probably would not have prepared a background for it because I would have thought, oh, I don't need to do anything. I just love it so much I could just dive right in. But with this one,
Yeah.
it made me think ahead, like how could I make it more interesting? Because in my eyes, it just was like it's a tough photo to because it's so similar. It's not a bad photo. I don't mean it that way. No photo is bad. It's just everything looks so similar. So it's like, how do you, like I was just trying to figure out in my head like what to do with it, and I thought, wow, it'd be really fun to just make it like a whole secondary palette and start with the purple. So that's what I thought of.
Yeah, I understand that. And this is what I'm trying to do is show the difference between the foreground and the background, and I will use different scale in my brush. So at the very far away, it's almost only dots showing the flowers. And on the foreground, I will make big flowers, exaggerate the size of the flowers. So we have comments saying that our styles differ a lot, but they are so unique. Okay, I think it's positive. It's a bit impressionist, I think, to me.
I agree.
But a bit too busy. Sorry.
Who said it's a bit too busy?
I say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
You mean the scene is too busy, or you're painting, or what?
My painting is a bit too busy. I want to lower a bit. Oh, crap. There is a stain of green on my cloud. Okay, that's done. Oops. Sorry, moving the camera. Okay, let's go for bigger flowers. Gonna take a round brush. So Sujanette is saying, I could paint almost like photo, but I can't take this artistic license and painting so creatively. Aha. Well, we don't have this problem. We don't paint realistic, for sure. And it's also a blessing because you can always say, oh, okay, it doesn't look like what it is, but artistic license. Because when you are doing realistic style, you better be good at it or it will show. But we have the ability to Just say it's on purpose. If the nose is not at the correct place, don't worry. Just my
No,
last portrait, my daughter said, I don't like it. I don't like the hair. It's ugly. No, no, it's how I wanted it to be.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you a story. My husband also was an artist, and we made our living for about 30 years, hand painting clothing. We had
Yeah.
about 10 original designs. Some of them were copyrighted at that time. Were copyrighted, and initially, I had was selling my clothing. It was clothing for babies, for children, for adults. I was painting on silk. I was painting on everything you could imagine in every possible size. And I did this for 30 some odd years. We opened a store. We had that store for about 19 years in New Jersey. And we sat there. We also, in addition to our store, we had about 30 to 40 craft shows every year. So every weekend we would have to pack up thousands and thousands of dollars of inventory and go to some show and set up. And over those 30 years, I painted the same designs over and over and over again because we knew what designs were going to sell, which designs were popular. You know, some of them we couldn't paint fast enough because they were so popular, no matter how many we did. So we just tended to do them all over the same over, and they weren't silk screen. They were hand painted, each one of them, one by one. Dozens of them a day we used to paint.
Oh,
And
Jesus.
yeah, for 35 years, Cecile. So,
Well, I
you know,
couldn't do that.
we would try to change it up, and you know, he came out with some really cute dinosaur designs, which they loved. They just absolutely loved. And, you know, I would occasionally come out with something new, especially for the women, like with gorgeous irises and flowers. We knew what would sell. And we were paying our mortgage. You know, we were paying our rent. We were,
Yeah, it was your
paying for
living.
our food. And so to be in this position where I am at this moment, where I can do whatever the hell I want to do, is part of, I think, why I'm doing what I'm doing and why I'm kind of breaking away. And of course, I care about the outcome. I have a shop on Etsy. I do commissions. Of course, I need the money, but I don't rely on it. So because of that, I am able to do what intrigues me, what inspires me. And if it doesn't sell, okay, whatever. You know, it's like, so that's kind of freed me up. If I was, trying to make a living, raising kids or, in a different position where I relied on this income, I wouldn't probably be as free as I feel, because I'd have other pressures. So that's part of why I feel like I'm able to do, whatever I want to do. And I don't think about the outcome. I just try to let myself be in that moment and just feel the joy of appreciating a scene that somebody might walk past or, and play with it and not think about, is it going to sell? Is it going to sell? That kind of thing. And it's a hard thought to get rid of, but I try not to.
I see exactly what you mean. The freedom, the ability to live from your art, but not rely on it completely as well.
Right. And
so,
it's a rare thing. It's rare to be in that place. And I appreciate it every second of every day. I don't take it for granted. I don't assume it's going to be there tomorrow. But for now, for this moment, I'm enjoying the hell out of it. And, just grateful for that. But that's why I'm not thinking about, is it realistic? Like the person that made that comment, that they can't take artistic license. Everyone's on their own journey and in their own time schedule and how they, depends on what they want. If you if you want that realism, that's gorgeous. I mean, I follow some watercolor artists. It's unbelievable what they're able to accomplish. The
Oh, Jess,
realism.
we have a question about that. What made you move from watercolor to gouache, Nora?
You know, it's kind of funny in a way. I went to art high. My mother was an artist. She was a sculptress. I went to art high school. I went to art university. I studied with a Chinese watercolor master. I have, and I'm a senior now, right? I had never heard of gouache. I don't know if I just wasn't paying attention in those days, if I didn't give a damn. I have no clue. I never heard of gouache. And about 6 years ago, when I started painting again, some watercolor artist, I think it was Mind of Watercolor, was Steve Mitchell, was talking about gouache. And I was like, what's that? And I came from an illustration background where gouache is like a huge medium. And I just started listening. I said, wow, it just was intriguing to me. So he said that if you don't want to invest in a set of gouache paints, just get a tube of gouache, of the white gouache, and mix it with the watercolors and see if you like the consistency of it and how it works. And I did. And from the first moment I put down a stroke, I was like, holy crap. I just, holy crap. And that was it. And anyone who knows me, I have friends of 50 years and more, like my world exploded. and I tend to, I paint very differently when I paint with gouache. When I paint with watercolors, I tend to be more like illustrative. I see that in me, and I've kind of figured that out finally, and that's okay, but it's just so different. And I don't think I'm quite as expressive with the watercolors as I can be with the gouache.
Different. So meanwhile, I have finished. I have removed the tape, and just so you see the full double spread, if you can, I don't know. It's facing the bouquet on the other side. So it's kind of matching the two, not exactly as I wanted, but
wait, I'm going to look at it.
Yeah, we'll post photo, of course. And where are you at? I think you're close to the end as well.
Yeah, I am.
Okay, that would be good if you can get the paint a bit closer to the camera and just having mine so you see the textures.
I'm sure.
And the clouds were very, very rustic at first, but then they went fine. Oh yeah, you see the cross as well, but not exactly the same as me. So it's really fun because we have very different paintings from the same reference image.
Isn't that wonderful? I mean, I just love when we do this. Oh, look at yours. Wow. I'm looking at the phone upside down. Wow. How different. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's very good. Inga is saying your picture is gorgeous, talking about me. And she said, just a cross. I don't like it so much. Yeah, but I like it because it feels like a path going somewhere. So you can enter in the field. It's not a massive field. Well, anyway, I think that's it for today. And for my members of my membership that are here, we are alive tomorrow as well, painting a cute girl. And for the people on YouTube, I don't know when will be the next live. I'll let you know. Well, Nora, thanks for attending.
Cecile, thank you so much. I always enjoy this with you.
It was nice chatting with you. And if you paint from this, don't forget to tag us on Instagram and Facebook if you can. All right. Thanks for attending. See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone.